Hello citizens of internet and welcome to another PixelDraw. I think that's the name of the series that I chose. Is it right? I don't know. Anyway, in this episode, in the last episode we looked at basically where to begin with pixel art. And today episode I would like to make it like how to follow on the first, let's say, on the first part. So last time we basically drawn this flower over here, and now I would like to show you how you can improve the whole image. So first things first, we can get rid of the outline, because if you remember in the first episode I said that for like complete beginners it's easier to draw with outlines. Well, even when I am laying down the sketch for the image, I am using outline. But then, even before I'm starting putting like the finishing touches, like the dark color, etc., I remove the outline. And there are two solutions. One solution is like getting completely rid of the outline, which works and was used in the past by various game developers. For example, the original Mario, if I'm not mistaken, have no outline at all, at least the characters. I'm not sure about the rest. But another solution for that is to keep the outline but make it blend with the color, aka colored outline. And because usually like getting rid of the outlines isn't the best idea ever. Let me demonstrate. I will make a new layer, which is something that is like PixArt specific or PixelEdit specific. Oh my god. I have to like get rid of that bad habit calling PixelEdit PixelArt, because it's really awful. Check this out. It can work, absolutely, but the image is like a little bit different. So I think today we are going to look at these two options we have. First, no outline at all, and second, colored outline. Let me start with the no outline at all, because it's the easiest thing you can do. Basically, it's just the same thing as last time, but we get rid of the outline. With that, we have to improve a few parts of the flower. For example, the leaves down there. I'm pretty much sure that at least one shall be like changed to this shape. This way, it really looks like the face of the leaf is facing the viewer. And the second one, this one, we can leave it that way, but I added like one darker pixel in order to make it not blend with the straw. This leaf might be like not really developed leaf, like it's gonna grow yet, or it might be leaf that's like in the perspective. If we have our viewer here, this, let's say these pixels are viewer, then here we have the flower, so the leaf is maybe under angle, or maybe it's like a little bit under angle to another perspective. So this is one way how you can do it. Also, you can go ahead and basically copy paste the already like changed leaf. Then I would like to also make the straw itself longer, and yeah, I always like to keep only the lowest part of the things like changed in color, but it depends. Then the head. Now we are not using outlines, so it might be good idea to get rid of these details as well. and I think darker color will be way better than leaving the bright color. So basically swapping all the black pixels for darker ones is what shall work for us, and all the dark red for like brighter red is also something that should work. This helps us distinguish, or maybe not distinguish, but like stress out the difference between like the petal leaves and the regions where the petal leaves are touching one another. So now if we check the flower from farther away distance, or basically x1, basically not that zoomed in view, we can see that it looks kinda better, I would say, than with the outlines. Let's just quickly compare. This is without outlines, this is with outlines. This is with outlines, without outlines. I would say this one is a little bit better, and usually the no outlines style really fits to images that are crazy small. This one would benefit from some kind of outline because it's not really crazy small, it's 32 by 32 pixels, but the whole image is only about 10 to 24, and I think we shall make it 1 pixel smaller. And also it's not a bad idea to change this one, because if you are working with no outlines, it's always better to like be really mindful of making something in dark color, like black, for example. Now, if I was making this image from scratch, I would choose different colors, but this might work as well, especially the red ones, because with no outlines you have to really like use either color to stretch out or really point out the difference in different parts of the flower, which are petal leaves for now, right now, and the leaves down there as well with the straw. Now, let me quickly save it. Yep. And open the previous image, and now we are gonna change basically the whole flower again. We're gonna make a colored outline. What I like to do is basically take the color that let's say we are going to make the straw for now, just to keep it simple. I'm gonna pick a basic color from the straw, and then I'm gonna make it darker, but I already have this color, and it's not really that wise to use the same color, because if you do that, excuse me, if you do that, then this part is gonna blend, and we don't want that. And also we don't want to use this color, like darker variation of this color, because then, let me just quickly make this darker. I will just decrease the lighting. Now, for outline, this is still not dark enough, and also I just realized that I am drawing in the wrong layer. Maybe make it 25. Now, yep, this is like dark enough for an outline for this color, but absolutely isn't enough for outline for this color. So this is an issue, and it can be challenging. One way how to mend it is that we may change the secondary color, which is probably the best way to do that, and we're gonna change it for something that's not like too dark. So basically we are gonna just change the hue to 98, and the lighting just decrease a little bit to something like 29, and then we can swap it. Now I keep pressing the wrong button on my keyboard. Now I can go ahead and change the outline of the straw. No issue here. These colors are not gonna blend together. These colors are basically like gonna only complement one another, and it can work. But keep in mind that if you are into like limiting yourself to a certain number of colors, now you have one more color for every single color that you are using, which means for green I no longer have only 2 colors, but I'm gonna have 3 colors, which is fine for me because I like to work with as many colors as possible. But there are styles and people that like to work with as, let's say, as few colors as possible, with only the fewer colors possible. Like if they're gonna make an image, they are gonna like pick, let's say, green, red, yellow, blue, and then for each of these colors they're gonna pick only 2 different shades. And making outlines with this kind of like color variants is really tricky. For that, the no outline variant is pretty cool. Like it's the easiest way to do that. Also, you still can make like outline variant of this with so few colors, but it's gonna be tricky. So it really is about thinking beforehand what you wanna achieve and with how many colors you wanna work. Anyway, the same story that I applied to straw, or the same colors, I can replicate it on the leaves as well. If I have to be honest, this flower would be something that I'm gonna like. If this is something that I would want to implement in one of my games or something like that, I would choose a different approach. I would like pick different colors for the leaves, but keep in mind this video is like focused for absolute beginners, or maybe just people that are getting into pixel art or are not familiar with colors and drawing and pixel art, etc. So for the simplicity, I'm gonna keep it only this way, like the straw and the leaves same color, for the sake of this. Now the flower head, same story. I'm gonna pick a different color and then I'm gonna use a darker color for the outline. So let me just quickly check the colors. This one is hue 0 and lighting 34. This is lighting 44 and 355. I see. We're gonna keep the hue basically 0 and the lighting will be just 40. I think that should be fine. I'm pretty positive about that. So let me quickly make a sample and then I'm just gonna replace every single detail with this color for the new color. And now we'll basically just go ahead and repaint every single black pixel with the red pixel. Now for the center, gonna do the same thing because it's meant to represent the flower head. So basically at this point I think we are pretty much done, and maybe there, and this one can be this color and these colors as well. So just for detail, I'm gonna use the dark color and use it here. One nice way how to basically recycle colors and still use the same amount of colors but bring out just a little bit more of detail to the image. You might even consider putting one pixel here, but I don't like that look. Some people do that. I am personally not fan of that, but it's a viable option. Now if I do these colors and basically just zoom out, the flower in my opinion looks a tiny bit better. We still can increase the center of the flower. We can, instead of making the outline from the red color, we can use the yellow color and make the head out of that. We can try that just real quick, and if that's something we don't like, we can just basically revert that. This depends. I'm personally not fan of that. Like the original version, in my opinion, way better. I like this one, but it's up to you. Now, if I have to choose which style I would pick for the flower, then I would go with the outline-less version, because let's put it straight. The straw is meant to be like really thin. The same, the leaves on this kind of flower are meant to be like small, and the head as few pixels as possible. I think this is like ideal, 9 by 9, not perfectly okay. But I still would prefer to use outlines if I made the image a little bit bigger. Like if I made the flower just a tiny bit bigger, then I would be absolutely happy with using the outlines. For the black outlines, I'm never happy with using black outlines, but it's the style that some people like, and there is definitely nothing wrong with that. But for me, I would pick colored outline only if the image would get a little bit bigger. For image this size, I would pick the outline-less image. But it's up to you. Now, I hope you found this video at least a little bit useful. I hope that PixelEdit is something that you would like to try to put your hands on, and if so, you still can do these things just in MS Paint. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the next one. See ya!